Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. If you would like something really special in your life, you have to think about it as if it's already here, it's already done. Because once you get into that vibrational energy, you attract everything necessary for whatever you want to be realized in your life. Think of that word realized. It becomes real. It becomes part of your realization, even though it started out as a fantasy, it's now reality because you became aligned. Your mind, your heart, your body, all in alignment with what you want. Thinking about it, feeling as if it's already done, and taking actions, and then you're rewarded by whatever you want being real, becoming your life, being part of who you are, being your experience. Your subconscious mind will show you evidence of whatever you've been thinking. It will show you your five senses, your what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch interprets your reality. So you can look around and know that what's real in your life is based on your beliefs, what you've been thinking, what you've been doing, your actions, your thoughts, feelings, and actions have caused certain things to happen in your life. These are the results. When you say, I don't like some of my results, some of the things that are going on in my life, you can change it. But it takes practicing being in the energetic vibration of what you do want. Now, when things are busy and crazy and seem to be entrenched in a pattern of doing the same things over and over and getting the same results, sometimes just sitting and thinking about what you want and making vision boards and writing out affirmations and saying what you want. If you're feeling the opposite, sometimes it just becomes bigger in your experience what you don't want. So Neville Goddard tells us that feeling is the secret, but mastery of self-control of your thoughts and feelings is your highest achievement. However, until perfect self-control is attained, so that in spite of what's going on outside, in spite of results, in spite of appearances, you feel all that you want to feel. He suggests that you use sleep and prayer to aid you in realizing your desired state. What state of being do you want? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be healthy? What state of being do you want? It's hard to practice that when you're focused on the outside world. And he tells us that until we can master our thoughts and feelings, sleep and prayer are two gateways into the subconscious mind. In the chapter on sleep, Neville Goddard says, sleep, the life that occupies 1/3 of our stay on earth, is a natural door into the subconscious. So it is with sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious 2/3 of our life on earth is measured by the degree of attention that we give to sleep. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has to bestow will cause us night after night to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. In a dream, in a vision of the night, When deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. That's from Job 33. It is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. The male and female become one flesh. Sleep is the time when the male or conscious mind turns from the world of sense to seek its lover or subconscious self. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, the subconscious has no desire to change the conscious, the waking state, but loves it as it is and faithfully reproduces its likeness in the outer world of form. The conditions and events of your life are your children formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. The conditions and events of your life are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling, that they may reveal you to yourself. As in heaven, so on earth. As in the subconscious, so on earth. Whatever you have in consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth. Nothing stops you from realizing your objective, save your failure to feel that you are already that which you wish to be, or that you are already in possession of the thing sought. Your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. The unconsciousness of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious. Because all things come from within yourself, and your conception of yourself determines that which comes, you should always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off to sleep. You never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that which you are, and you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel as true of others. To be realized, then, the wish must be resolved into the feeling of being or having or witnessing the state sought. This is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the feeling which comes in response to the question, how would I feel were my wish fulfilled? Is the feeling which should monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or have before you drop off to sleep. Neville Goddard continues in his Feeling is the Secret by telling us, once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of himself. It follows, therefore, that he should always assume the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction before he retires in sleep. Come before me with singing and thanksgiving, from Psalm 95:2. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise, Psalm 100-4. Your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of the subconscious. your everlasting lover. She sees you exactly as you feel yourself to be. If, as you prepare for sleep, you assume and maintain the consciousness of success by feeling, I am successful, you must be successful. Lie flat on your back with your head on a level with your body. Feel as you would were you in possession of your wish, and quietly relax into unconsciousness. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep, in Psalm 121:4. Nevertheless, he giveth his beloved sleep, Psalm 127:2. The subconscious never sleeps. Sleep is the door through which the conscious waking mind passes to be creatively joined to the subconscious. It's so important. I heard the story that Abdullah told Napoleon Hill. If you want to be in your father's home in Barbados and you're living in New York City and you desire to spend Christmas in Barbados, you must fall asleep in your bed believing that you are already in your father's house. Even though you're going to sleep in your apartment in New York City, you pretend, you believe, you imagine that you're sleeping in your father's home in Barbados. And within a short period of time, that's exactly what happened. The resources, the money, everything that was necessary, the trip to Barbados was taken. Everything fell into place so that he found himself in Barbados in time for Christmas. Whatever you desire, whatever you really want, you must act in your imagination as if you're already there, going to sleep, giving thanks and praise, feeling as if you're already successful, you're already wealthy, you're already loved, you've already achieved whatever your goal is. You have a deep desire for something, go to sleep in the knowledge that it's already yours, it's done. And your subconscious mind in the waking hours will give you ideas. You will start to consciously think about ways and means, or things will just appear in your experience that match whatever it is you're focused on, whatever it is that you give emotional attention to. Neville Goddard says, sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world reveals it. Sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world, the outside world, the circumstances and situations and environment around you reveals it, shows it to you. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious with his conception of himself. Your inner thinking, your inner thoughts, your inner feeling, you impress that on your subconscious mind, and when in your waking hours, it's revealed to you. What shows up is what you believe. Neville Goddard says, what more beautiful description of this romance of the conscious and subconscious is there than that told in the Song of Solomon? By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and would not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Preparing to sleep, you feel yourself into the state of the answered wish, and then relax into unconsciousness. Your realized wish is he whom you seek. By night on your bed, you seek the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that you may take it with you into the chamber of her that conceived you, into sleep or the subconscious which gave you form, that this wish also may be given expression. This is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of the realized wish and quietly drop off to sleep. Night after night, you should assume the feeling of being, having, and witnessing that which you seek to be, possess, and see manifested. Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be. And whether good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. As you feel, so do you impress her, and she, the perfect lover, gives form to these impressions and outpictures them as the children of her beloved. In the Song of Solomon 4:7, thou art all fair, my love, there is no spot in thee, is the attitude of mind to adopt before dropping off to sleep. Disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be, for he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen becomes seen. That's from Romans. To assume the feeling of the satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not proceed. Proof that you are will follow the consciousness that you are. It will not precede it. You are an eternal dreamer, dreaming non-eternal dreams. Your dreams take form. You are an eternal dreamer, dreaming non-eternal dreams. Your dreams take form as you assume the feeling of their reality. Knowing that nothing is impossible to consciousness, begin to imagine states beyond the experiences of your past. Whatever the mind of man can imagine, man can realize. All visible or objective states were first invisible subjective states, and you called them into visible by assuming the feeling of their reality. The creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Always imagine and expect the best. What do you imagine in your life as being the best? Not what you could settle for, not what you think you could have, but what do you really desire? Neville Goddard says the world cannot change until you change your conception of it. As within, so without. Nations as well as people are only what you believe them to be. No matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter whom it concerns, He says, you have no one to change but yourself. You have neither opponent nor helper in bringing about the change within yourself. You have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth of that which you desire to see manifested. As soon as you succeed in convincing yourself of the reality of the state sought, results follow to confirm your fixed belief. You never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him express. Instead, you convince yourself that he is already that which you desire him to be. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Well, I don't know how many times I've heard that, or how many times I've read that, how many times I've stated that, how many times I've suggested this in my morning mindfulness practices. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So think about what it is that you truly desire, and not how to get it or what you think you have to do, what tasks or jobs or things that you feel have to be put into place before you can receive your good. Just imagine, get a picture in your mind of what is that good for you. What is your deepest desire? Thinking about what you truly want, that should get you excited and jazzed, feeling how wonderful that would be. It doesn't matter if it's something that you want to do for the world or for your family or for yourself. You don't have to worry about the how. Just think about what it is that you really want. Not the lack of it, not the scarcity or how it's going to happen, not jealousy that other people have it, but how would you feel when your wish has been fulfilled? What is your wish? What do you truly desire? We have so much already in this world. We've experienced so much, but it's not selfish. It's the spiritual side of you wanting more, wanting your human form to do more, express more, have more, be more. That's why you're here on earth, is to experience the most that life has to offer. So when you get into that feeling of what's next, what else is there? What else do you want? How do you feel when you have that realization of your wish accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled? Neville says you cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. A change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. Every night as you drop off to sleep, feel satisfied and spotless, for your subjective lover, your subconscious, always forms the objective world in the image and likeness of your conception of it, the conception defined by your feeling. The waking two-thirds of your life on earth ever corroborates or bears witness to your subconscious impressions. The actions and events of the day are effects, they are not causes. Free will is the only freedom of choice. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. Joshua 24:15. Choose ye this day whom you shall serve is your freedom to choose the kind of mood you assume. But the expression of the mood is the secret of the subconscious. The subconscious receives impressions only through the feelings of man, and in a way known only to itself, gives these impressions form and expression. The actions of man are determined by his subconscious impressions, his illusions of free will. His belief in freedom of action is but ignorance of the causes which make him act. He thinks himself free because he has forgotten the link between himself and the event. Man awake is under the compulsion to express his subconscious impressions. If in the past he unwisely impressed himself, then let him begin to change his thought and feeling, for only as he does so will he change his world. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Let the dead bury the dead. Bob Proctor always said that, but it comes from Matthew 8:22 and Luke 9:60. Let the dead bury the dead. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours were you already the one you wished to be. Feeling a state produces that state. The part you play on the world stage is determined by your conception of yourself. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep, you cast yourself into a star role to be played on earth tomorrow. And while asleep, you are rehearsed and instructed in your part. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. Make no mistake about this. If, as you prepare for sleep, you do not consciously feel yourself into the state of the answered wish, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who conceived you the sum total of the reactions and feelings of the waking day. And then, while asleep, you will be instructed in the manner in which they will be expressed tomorrow. You will rise believing you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by your concept of yourself as you fell asleep. Your only freedom then is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you will feel and react to the day's drama. But the drama, the actions, events, and circumstances of the day have already been determined. Unless you consciously and purposely define the attitude of mind with which you go to sleep, you unconsciously go to sleep in the composite attitude of mind made up of all the feelings and reactions of the day. Every reaction makes a subconscious impression, and unless counteracted by an opposite and more dominant feeling, is the cause of future action. Today, take into your day the feeling of you are the cause of the effects in your life. What would you cause to appear today? And as you drift off to sleep tonight, create the feeling that you already have your wish fulfilled. And every day will get better and better until your wish is fulfilled. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.